I can go ahead and tell you that I don't mind if I'm a dork or a geek.
What attracted me to David initially was his sense of self-confidence.
Things are hectic. We've got a lot of stuff to do. Charity's not handling it so well.
It's not how I want it. It's not centered. I need to relax because this is as good as it's going to get.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
Okay.
Charity's waking up for her big day.
I woke up this morning with these maracas in my ears and his hat on. I don't know what happened. I'm really not so nervous. But then again, I've only been up for 4 minutes. Maybe today we're gonna act nervous so people, think that we're doing something right.
David and I met about 6 years ago.
I remember it differently than Charity does.
His band was playing, and a mutual friend of ours had shown me pictures of the band and said, hey, what do you think of this guy? Do you think he's cute?
I remember setting up for a gig. I was getting all my stuff out and working and running back and forth for the equipment.
There was 2 guys in the band that I was meeting, and both of them knew I was coming. So I walked in, one of them was talking to me and was trying to strike up conversation, was asking me lots of questions.
I saw Charity there, and our eyes met, and there was this spark, and I thought we immediately connected.
And Dave just ignored me and walked over and just said, hey, can you get rid of this for me? Hands me a cigarette, and then walked away.
I think her first impression of me was, who's this guy in the band that's giving me a cigarette?
He had a lot of confidence. He wasn't needing to sell himself to me.
I thought she was beautiful and seemed friendly and kind. I mean, it was a quick thing.
That night, he decided to have people over to his house. I went over to his house, and we started hanging out. And that was it.
I think pretty much since that first night, we were pretty much inseparable.
He spent the first 6 weeks of our relationship trying to convince me that he wasn't the type of man that I would want to be with.
As a human being, I'm excellent boyfriend material, but I just wanted her to be sure she knew what she was dealing with. I mean, I had to be gone a lot, and I had to be out on the road, and I just wasn't going to be around.
I just kept telling him to stop worrying about me, to stop trying to protect me, just to let me go ahead and make my own choices, my own decisions.
She stuck around, and I thank her gratefully for it.
David and my personalities are very different.
I think maybe I'm a little more outward and outspoken and opinionated.
I am more negative, I'm more quiet.
But I think there's a lot of places where our personalities actually come together, just in the way we treat other people, in the way we go about getting things done.
We balance each other out, but we have the same core.
I think I always knew that when I found the right person, I would know it, and I would be comfortable with it, and I would be happy. And I mean, Charity is the ideal person for me.
He's my best friend, and he loves me unconditionally.
Today we're here meeting at the hotel. We're gonna meet with the caterer, and we're gonna meet with the florist, and we're gonna just kind of figure out where things are going.
Dave and I decided to have our wedding at the Mayfair House Hotel. We decided finally to do it there because of the outdoor feel that you get.
I don't mind if I'm a dork or a geek. I'll read some science fiction books, and I'll watch Lord of the Rings and do the whole thing. If I could have my wedding anywhere, maybe it would be in a Lord of the Rings land somewhere in a forest.
We're trying to make the whole feel of it to be more of like an enchanted forest type feeling.
We're not doing anything to the aisle. We're not addressing it in any way, shape, or form. I think with everything you have going on here, certainly we're looking Lord of the Rings-ish. I mean, right. We're there. Exactly. It doesn't get better than this.
I wanted to have a say, and I want to know what's going on. I want to have some input into the music and the decor, and I know what a pretty flower compared to an ugly flower is, and I have an opinion. I can't keep it to myself. What can I do?
I like the shape of it and how the willow comes out and looks like a tree. Good.
It pops.
It pops. That's what we want you to do, pop.
It's been nice planning it together because now I know that we have a wedding that both of us are really looking forward to and enjoy, and I don't feel as much pressure. It's kind of shared.
We keep reminding each other, let's enjoy every moment, the planning. We're never going to do this again. This is a fun thing. Every little bit of it, the stress, should be fun. And we'll see if that works. Wait up. Wait for me.
I've decided that Charity has taught me something very important that I'm going to finally take her up on. I need to make a list. Charity always has a list, and I never really want to have a list. But now I'm going to write myself a list because I got some stuff to do. And as soon as I can figure out what that stuff is, I'll come back and I'll show you my list.
Planning a wedding is a whole hell of a lot harder than people seem to think it is. in general.
We spent all weekend doing decorating and table charts and all that stuff, so that's done.
You know, if it's the first time you've ever done it, just like anything else, the first time you do something, it's really hard. Eventually it gets easier, but I certainly hope I'm never planning a second wedding. The first time is enough.
Lots of fun. Really fun.
She gets very, very nervous that everything will be the way it should be.
Oh my God, this is gonna be higher. My head couldn't have gotten smaller. It just doesn't seem right.
We're not out of the weeds yet. It's Saturday, usually our day to, see if we can do something interesting, but of course with the wedding coming up, things are hectic, we've got a lot of stuff to do, and Charity's not handling it so well, and let me see if we can go, there's a lot of stuff that we're supposed to be doing right now. I'm doing a lot of stuff, but Charity just can't seem to handle things right now. Let me see if we can get a glimpse of how she's doing. Oh yeah, it looks like she's working really hard. I'm supposed to be doing something productive right now, but instead she's just reading a book. So how's the wedding preparations going? You doing a lot of work on the wedding stuff?
Not right now, I'm not.
My mom used to be a travel agent, and I had her call up Charity and tell her she couldn't get in touch with me, but one of those deals came across the table, $20, you get this nice hotel and, breakfast and stuff. You really should take up on it.
And I said, well, I think so. Let me ask Dave, and I called Dave.
Charity called me up and said, oh, your mom just called me, and we were all lying to Charity, which we never wanted ever do again, but occasionally you have to for the purposes of good.
He said, well, if you want to go, that's fine with me. So we decided to go, and we went to the hotel. And as soon as we walked in the door, I saw champagne and strawberries.
I was definitely nervous in a different way. I don't get too much stage fright kind of nervous. It was definitely a different kind of nervous. I wasn't nervous that I expected her to say no. It was just nervous like, this is it, I'm gonna do it. This is the one time I'm gonna do this. I really hope I do this well.
David, look at the strawberries and the champagne. And he said, Charity.
She turns around and I'm kind of like fumbling in my hands, trying to get down on my knee, and I've got my video MPEG recorder in my hand, and I'm just like trying to, at the same time, I'm like videoing with one hand and proposing to her with the other hand. I want to give this to you and ask you if you will marry me, please.
Of course you will.
So I was happy, she was elated, she was excited, and it went from confusion to excitement to tears of joy. Finally we could say, let's get this life going.
I've always said that I wanted to marry a man like my father. And in many ways, David is just like my father. Both extremely compassionate and patient men I've ever known. Always have the women in their lives' best interest at heart. It's very selfless, very generous.
I look over at Charity quite often and count myself extremely lucky that I have her to help me through this world and help me through this life. And I know that all my shortcomings will be helped out and taken care of by all her strengths, and it makes me feel good to know that I do the same for her.
Today I came to Happy Bride for my final dress fitting. I bring with me my mother-in-law, Sippy. She's came with for all of my dress fittings. I don't want to be wearing a watch. I know that it will drive me crazy not wearing it, but...
You don't need to know what time it is. Whatever's going to happen is going to happen anyway.
It's true.
So you don't have to worry.
It's just my control factor.
We are doing the last fitting of the dress, and I guess making her feel comfortable that she's going to look beautiful.
In the planning of this wedding, I have done my best to always make it equal, to involve my mother and my mother-in-law to the same degree. I think it looks good. Let's do the veil.
She gets very, very nervous that everything will be the way it should be. You might not see it outwardly, but she's jelly inside.
Oh my God, this is gonna be higher.
What's the matter?
My head couldn't have gotten smaller. It just doesn't seem right. When the ladies that made the veil, when they put it on, it looked a lot different. Maybe it is supposed to go in the back of my head. I don't know, I've never worn one of these things.
She's had a dream about the way she's going to look for the wedding. She'll tell you from the time she was little. And I think it's come true for her, which is very exciting.
Can we make it even straighter, or is that as straight as it will get? Yes, I'm very detail-oriented. Sorry. Perfectionist.
You look gorgeous. No one's going to look at the little details. The overall picture is going to be what they're looking at, and you're beautiful.
Okay.
Everything is perfect. So look this way. I want to see you. I want to see you whole. Wow. You are going to be the perfect bride.
All right, that's it.
We're not out of the weeds yet. It's Wednesday before the wedding. Things are getting exciting. I'm very excited about everything that's going to happen soon. And soon I'll be married to Charity. I bought her this nice bouquet of flowers for getting our wedding license.
The more that you get done, the better it feels. And you kind of feel like you're almost there, and it's easier to be excited about everything that's going on. Definitely very excited. Let's see, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, 4 days. 4 days time at this time. I'll be married.
3 years ago for Christmas, Charity gave me a coupon that allows me to call her anytime I want to come up and sing karaoke. Charity doesn't want to do this at all. Tonight we hung out at our house and we had our just immediate families get together. We figured it'd be a nice way to start the weekend for the wedding.
It's just nice to be able to have that time together.
Chance for us all to bond.
Bond more.
Bonding, more bonding.
Tease each other. This is my father. This is Dad. Excuse me. He likes to be called Dad, not Father. This is my dad.
Hi. Charity's finally made, after a long 28 years, made her big decision of finding a marriage partner, and we're excited. We love Dave, and I think it's going to be a great ceremony, a great marriage.
They make a great match. They're gorgeous human beings. So, you know, two gorgeous human beings deserve each other, first of all. David's understanding, and he's a wonderful person, and Charity is just a loving, sweet, kind human being. And, you know, two people like that, they just seem to have together like that.
You can tell just by looking at them how much they're in love with each other and how much they care about each other, and that's just always a blessing to find that in other people.
All right. Let's get this thing on the roof.
This shall be really short and sweet because I know we're going to have dinner later. This should just take us about 30 minutes. This is just a rehearsal, and we're going to walk you through it a couple of times.
Wow, you guys are pros. Old pros.
I go after them, is that right?
The ceremony itself, I guess we're calling a non-traditional ceremony.
We're gonna know. Today I rush you. Tomorrow it's gonna take forever for you to get down there.
The whole thing. I'm Jewish. Charity is Christian, and we wanted to bring pieces of both of our cultures into it, and things that we've seen in other weddings that are of both of the cultures.
So the three of you have come up,
Yes.
and you're going to stop here,
Right.
and you guys are going to kiss him goodbye or whatever. And then you're going to go up the 2 steps.
We're doing things such as, like, I'm going barefoot with foot jewelry. We're trying to make the whole feel of it to be more of like an enchanted forest type feeling.
He's going to be standing there while your parents will lift the veil,
Okay.
kiss you goodbye, and then they're going to take their space on the stage, and then Dave's going to come up and stand beside you. You're going to be there together and grab hands and squeeze, and then you're going to move forward. We're finished with the ceremony. You put your foot down for the last time. And then we're going to start the processional. Go ahead and walk with him.
Oh.
Tomorrow also walk with him.
Okay, good.
To our children on this beautiful, wonderful occasion, we can't wait to partake.
We wanted our rehearsal dinner to be a time where all of the family and friends that are staying at the hotel or that are in town to be part of that also.
In general, we're trying to make this whole thing like a fun, festive party occasion. What better way to have fun than to kick the weekend off with an embarrassing session of karaoke? It's the only Neil Diamond song they have is Kentucky Woman. It's gonna be a problem. 3 years ago for Christmas, Charity gave me a coupon that allows me to call her anytime I want to come up and sing karaoke. And she's definitely gonna be receiving that coupon on our rehearsal dinner night. I have this gift certificate which I've had for about 3 years now, and it says,
This certificate is good for one night of karaoke in which I will sing one song. Simply give me at least 3 days notice.
She's had 8 months.
And your support.
Charity doesn't want to do this at all. You do?
Right now?
Right now. This is it.
I think that I would rather have the karaoke being a group of strangers because then I don't ever see them again versus all my family and friends will tease me forever. I can't even give him his gear when he's on stage or even be like in the background when he's on stage because I'm so terrified. So my giving that to him I thought was the biggest gift of myself.
You did it.
That was very scary, but I'm glad that I got it over with and survived through it.
She got up there all nervous and did her karaoke, and I stood by her and whispered the words into her ears and let her dig holes into my hands with her sharpened, polished, brand new nail job. But she did a good job. I was very, very happy she finally pulled it off. It's the night before my wedding, and I'm looking very forward to tomorrow. We had a great time this evening. It seemed like all the family got along together.
I'm feeling very excited about tomorrow. I am so excited to be marrying David Kurzman. We're waiting for this for a very long time, and I'm excited to finally join our lives together.
Sometimes I don't tell Charity as much as she would like to hear, or as much as I should, how much I love her and all the good things about her and all the affirmations that people just deserve. And so I hope to be able to accomplish that tomorrow in my wedding vows.
I don't think that many brides can be as happy as I am right now because I know without a doubt that I'm marrying the best man for me.
I love you, baby. I'll see you tomorrow. Get ready for fun and joy.
David, are you ready?
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Let's do it. There's nothing like the horror. You got everybody at the party dancing around you. You're up on a chair trying to hold on, freaking out.
6 hours? 6 hours until the wedding. I'm actually nervous today, more nervous than I have been. Like I might have been nauseous. I get that way whenever I'm nervous.
Man, hanging out sure is great. Nothing's going on. We'll probably go out and maybe have some lunch, maybe go to the bookstore, and maybe about 10 minutes before I'm supposed to be downstairs, I'll probably put my tuxedo on.
And tighten it by pushing on the sides. It's good.
We're going to breakfast. Come on, guys.
It's not how I want it.
Okay, tell me what to do.
It's not centered. It's gonna kill me.
Okay, I can do that.
I need to relax because this is as good as it's gonna get. There, perfect.
You're like a fairy princess.
That's what I want. I think that on the day of the wedding, before I see Dave, I'll just be very excited to see him and just know that we're finally doing it. That's it. I don't think I'll be nervous. I think that I'll just be excited.
Welcome, everyone. You've been invited to witness and bless the mutual vows which will unite David and Charity in marriage.
You may remember, Charity, when you were 16 years old, that I had given you a heart-shaped pendant. And I said, this heart represents your heart, your mind, your soul, your spirit. I also showed you at that time a little small key that I said represents access to your heart. And I was going to keep that key in my possession until you found someone who loved you as much as I do. So I want to transfer that possession of that key into Dave's hands, and just ask you to please care for that heart and celebrate life together.
David, are you ready?
Yeah.
You guys ready?
Let's do it.
All right, please join right hands for your exchange of vows.
I, David Landau Kurzman, vow to love and support you through all life's trying times, to treat you with respect and honor, to be patient and understanding.
I, Charity Ann Staples, do hereby dedicate to you my forever unconditional love and respect. I wish to bring you joy, security, and adventure for all eternity.
I vow to love you unconditionally forever. Charity, my love, I know with you at my side, and me at your side, we can achieve all of our dreams and goals and all our heart's desires.
I promise to learn, love, and laugh with you all the days of my life. From this day forward, I commit myself to you, heart, mind, body, and soul.
From now on and for eternity, we are one.
Charity, David, the act of giving and receiving rings reminds us that love itself is an act of giving and receiving.
Charity, wear this ring.
David, wear this ring as a sign of my love.
And a sharing of our life together.
And sharing our life together.
Inasmuch as you, David and Charity, have consented together in wedlock and have announced it before all of us gathered here, by the authority vested in me, do now pronounce you husband and wife.
Jewish tradition is to kick right into the hora. The non-literal translation is the Jewish icebreaker. There's nothing like the hora. You got everybody at the party dancing around you. You're up on a chair trying to hold on, freaking out. And I'm very excited to see how her parents experience it. I'm very excited to see Charity's mom up on the chair. Charity is my safe place. And that's why I love her so much, and that's why I know it's so perfect for me. I just know that I always have someone there for me. That's why I know it's right.
There's no doubt in my mind that no matter whatever I choose to do with my life, that he will support me in those decisions. I'm safe with him. It's not a question of where things are going to be tomorrow. It's just living in the moment and being sure that I'll always have him by my side.